Let's say we need to read a file in our Node.js server. We have a text file and a single server box. If we do the typical synchronous read, we'll end up blocking the I/O. This will decrease the throughput of our server. So what can we do about it? When we need to read a file, we can leverage the event loop in Node.js. We can do this by reading the file content as a stream. This approach is event-based, so it doesn't stall the main thread. So it prevents I/O blocking. As we read the content in chunks and not load the entire file in memory at once, this approach is also memory efficient. Let's look at a code snippet. This sample text is something that we'll read in our code through a stream. For the demo, I'm just using this small file. Since we are using an event-based stream approach, it scales with your server load and your file size. Let's write the code for it. Let's import createReadStream method from the inbuilt file system API of Node.js. Now let's create a read stream by passing in the relative path of the file whose content we would like to read. This approach is event-based, so let's attach some listeners. A data event will be triggered when the chunks of content are readable from the stream. We can also handle errors by attaching a listener to the error event. Finally, when the file reaches the end event will be triggered and we can attach a callback to handle this scenario. Let's run this code. The contents are being read but as binary buffers. Let's fix that. Let's set the encoding option in the stream as UTF-8. Now we should be able to see the content in a human-readable format. We can also control the individual chunk size in the stream. For that, let's set the high watermark option in the stream. The value is in bytes, so here I am setting it as 1 byte to read character by character. Let's run this. Our content is now read in chunks of 1 byte. By default, the chunk size is 16 KB, which is reasonable for most situations, so let's leave it to the default rate. Let's run this again. And this is how we can utilize streams to read files in a memory efficient way and without stalling our main thread.